Moon does here. Let's talk about games happened on Monday night. Uh, two games got canceled. We already know going in that Grizzlies game gonna be canceled, but the San Antonio and New Orleans Pelicans game, it was kind of last minute. The reason this game got canceled is the Spurs played the Wizards yesterday, Sunday night, and they were worried that Wizards 6 guys got tested positive, and they were worried that hey maybe one guy still got some symptoms stuff like that, and so they just canceled the game altogether. I'm really confused because that means the Wizards, all those guys are not healthy. I mean, some guys might have COVID still, so that means the game tonight is going to be canceled as well. We don't know. Just keep an eye on it. This game, the Wizards and Rockets game tonight might get canceled as well, and we don't know how many games Spurs guys going to miss. And I think this is Pelicans. I think they're okay. I think they're okay. It's the Spurs guys that might have some COVID symptoms. The Pelicans guys, you should not worry too much. But Spurs guys, if you plan on streaming Spurs guys, or you have Spurs guys on your team, just be prepared that they might miss a few games. And there's also other news that Paul George and Kawhi Leonard, they flew a different team plane back home. It's because of they are displaying some kind of symptoms, I believe. We will see. We don't know what's going on. They're gonna miss Tuesday's games for sure, and they might miss a game or two, or they might miss all 4 games. I think the protocol is they either have to test negative in 24 hours apart, or they're gonna miss 10 days if they have some symptoms. So we don't know what the league is gonna do. I think the league is gonna play it safe. But those 2 guys, they're both stars. Maybe they rush them back. I don't know. But there's a chance that they miss out games, or they only miss one. But yeah, the good thing is ESPN already assigned those 2 guys out. So just put them in the IR, see what happens. Right? I mean, it's been a crazy season. So, I think majority of the fantasy owners, everybody has missed a game or two or more. So it's a fair game for everybody. Just like injury, right? You just don't know when it's gonna come. The first game, let's talk about the games. The first game is the Philadelphia Sixers and Detroit Pistons. Sixers were without Embiid. Embiid had some back spasms, and Dwight Howard started only 24 minutes. But this guy Tony Bradley, this guy puts up pretty huge numbers, 12 and 9 and a block. I think if you need blocks and rebounds, every time Dwight doesn't play, you can't stream this guy. This guy puts up better numbers than Dwight Howard. Seriously, he's a per minute monster. And if he gets 30 minutes, he's gonna grab you 10 rebounds for sure and 2 blocks, right? Had a pretty good game here. Dwight not so much. Still 2 steals and a block, but in terms of rebound and points, not so much. And Dwight was a minus 23. They got destroyed by the Pistons. Tobias Harris took over 19 shots, shot attempt 25. Good Tobias Harris numbers. While Danny Green, 22 minutes without Joel Embiid. You can still stream this guy for some defensive stats, but you don't. It's not worth holding on to him. Ben Simmons 21 points. I guess that's why it was a blowout. 11, 4, 4 and 2. While Seth Curry finally his hot shooting wear off. Right. If he cannot shoot like 60%, if he just become a regular shooter 40%, the usage is not there. He's gonna attempt 7-8 shots a game, maybe 10. Give you 2.5 threes, but that's about it. He doesn't really give you anything else. He's not going to give you assist. He's not going to give you rebound. A little bit of assist. The main thing is he does it in a great efficient way. So if the shooting falls off, you can drop him. Shake Milton, even without Embiid, only 22 minutes. I know it's a blowout. You can drop him. While Tyrese Maxey, blowout, played 21 minutes, put up 17. So this guy, if he gets minute, you are on the roster, but for now you can forget about him. And Sixers they're a good team. So even we get to the end of the season, it's not like this guy gonna get more minutes. On the Detroit side, Jeremy Grant, too scary at the moment, and it's probably the most improved player. Maybe him and Christian Wood. 25 points, 8 rebounds, 5 assists, a steal and block. Blake Griffin, 25 minutes. Give you a steal and block. You can drop him. he just doesn't. He doesn't really give you enough. While Mason Plumlee finally able to play 27 minutes and only commit one foul, double double. You still want to roster him, see what happens. While Wayne Allerton, you want to grab this guy up off the waiver wire if you need some threes, especially hit 6 threes here, 20 points. He's a 3-point specialist, and he's been playing quite well. So you just stream him until the wheels fall off. Dylan Wright also had a huge game. Yeah, Detroit, everybody shot the ball so well this game. Dylan Wright, huge minutes, 20 points. Yeah, I don't know if this guy is still out there, but just run, do not walk. Grab this guy. 7 rebound, 9 assists. This guy, obviously, he won't have this good of a game every time. Derrick Rose was out, and Killian Hayes, don't know when he's gonna be back. Maybe a month or two. But when D-Rose comes back, Dylan Wright's minutes is not gonna be this high, I think. Not too interesting any other Detroit guys. The next game is the Toronto Raptors and Indiana Pacers. Pacers got the win. Toronto Raptors, Kyle Lowry was questionable coming in, and he did play 33 minutes here. Didn't shoot the ball well. Honestly, didn't really give you much. Only 1 assist. But great from free throw line and 5 personal fouls, so he somewhat struggled. He was a -4, while Fred VanVleet was a -16. 11 for 21 shots. Wow. Weirdly went to free throw line once and missed it. 6 assists and 2 steals. That's what you can expect out of VanVleet, and the block is always nice. Aaron Baines played 15 and Chris Boucher played 30. I think Sabonis exited the game, right? So I guess that's why Nick Nurse decided to play Chris Boucher more minutes. Whenever Chris Boucher play a bad don't have an interior big man, you can expect Chris Boucher to get like 20, close to 30 minutes, and in 30 minutes he put out a good stat. He was a -15 though, 9 and 9, a steal and 2 block. That's good. That's top 30, 40 value. A 10, double 10, 10 and 2 blocks. And a steal. That's top 30 value, I think, and efficient. Even though not so much this game here. Chris Boucher, he's gonna be up and down, but you do not ever drop him, right? Due to the high blocks he provide. OG, he had a huge game, 5 steals game. This game, no steals, right? They playing the Pacers. I don't think Pacer guys like to donate, give out steals like that. So he just had a really average game. Norman Powell, yeah, I would say grab this guy off the waiver. He's been playing really, really well. I remember last year there was a stretch. He's coming off the bench, really high efficiency, playing really well. And beginning of the season, he didn't really fit in. But he's been playing so well at the moment. And it's not like some guard or forward, Siakam was out. But I think when Siakam comes back, this team really needs some offense, to be honest. So I would go and grab this guy. He was a -14. I would grab this guy, see what happens. He can give you good efficiency points and threes and some defensive numbers. And Stanley Johnson really played 25 minutes. You can forget about him. But he filled up the stat sheet: 4 rebounds, 6 assists, 2 steals and block. But Siakam was out this game. So, guys like Stanley Johnson and Norman Powell got a few more minutes, but Norman Powell played 39 minutes. If he's playing 30 minutes a night, you want to take a look at this guy. While on the Pacers side, Sabonis only played 10 minutes. He had an injury. That's what I was worried. Like, you play Malcolm Brogdon, Sabonis at some point, they're not exactly Iron Man, right? Like Karl Anthony Towns or Harden, even though kind of broke his wrist earlier. Let's see what happens, but I don't think anybody really benefits. You don't know, because they don't really. I know Miles Turner is gonna be a beast either way, right? 21 points, 10 rebounds, 3 block shots. Again, 1 to 3 throw line 16 times, so you really shed on your free throw. But I don't know who benefits. Maybe the bench guys, right? McDermott only played 17 minutes. Thought he's gonna get 30 minutes this week. You can still stream him. This Pacer team, they're really short-handed at the moment. So all those guys you want to stream. Like McDermott, you can stream him for points and threes. Justin Holiday, this game here, 5-5 and 1 steal. Didn't really do much this game, but you can stream him. You can stream. You know what? I would just go and grab TJ McConnell real quick. This guy, he has been a beast in 20-25 minutes, giving you 6 assists and 2 steals every single game, so consistent. He got 28 minutes here, 9 assists, 2 steals and 2 blocks, 5 rebounds. Good efficiency point guard. When he was on the Sixers, I remember he was putting up, coming off the bench, putting up like when he was playing 30 minutes, he was putting up triple double numbers almost. And Joel Embiid really loved this guy. So this guy put up really fantasy friendly game. And with all the guys out on this Pacers team, now Sabonis is gonna be out. So you have to grab this guy. And I would say stream McDermott, Justin Holiday, and Jeremy Lamb. Yes, you also want to grab this guy as well. He mainly, I remember he was a top 50 guy a couple years back, and his greatest category was actually turnover. So he's gonna be efficient. He's gonna give you some points. He's gonna give you some steals, a little bit of rebound. But it's just this guy has such low turnover rate. Everything else is barely like, doesn't really can give you that much. Maybe some points like 15, 16 points, but everything else is really average. But grab this guy, keep him on, roster him on your team. Aaron Holiday also as well. So just you can't stream all those guys, to be honest. There'll be usage opening up, right? Because Oladipo went away. Now Sabonis, obviously Malcolm Brogdon is gonna take 20 shots a game in the next, whenever Sabonis comes back. Huge numbers here, 36 points, 9 assists, and I would try to sell Malcolm Brogdon. I would try to trade him for a top 20 player. I would trade him for Zach LaVine. No questions asked. I would trade him for even Michael Porter Jr. I would trade him for Michael Porter Jr. Even though Michael Porter Jr. had a huge game yesterday. I just don't think his assist has somewhat fallen off a bit. He hasn't had like a 3 steals game in a few games, right? Some games he gets 1 steal, some games he gets 0 steal. Assists gonna be fine. Points is gonna go up, right? He's a good free throw guy. I now Sabonis is hurt. I expect Malcolm Brogdon to maybe get injured at some point. We don't know. We'll see. And those guys, they play hard. They play hard every game in the regular season. I think Pacer guys, you can't really just expect them to put up good fantasy numbers. Those a group of guys that play hard. So if they get the minutes, they'll put up numbers. The next team is the Charlotte Hornets and Orlando Magic. Charlotte lost 108-117. It's interesting looking at the guard minutes. LaMelo Ball, you don't ever drop him really. The upside is so high playing 21 minutes. It's one of the frustrating things for fantasy owners that your guy is good, just not getting the minutes, right? I think the coach, what's the coach's name? He mentioned that the reason LaMelo Ball's minutes is not high because he goes out there and commit 5 turnovers in 16 minutes, and he committed 3 here in 21 minutes. So if LaMelo wants to play ball, he really wants to take care of the basketball. Keep his turnover rate low. That's good for him to get more minutes, and it's also good for fantasy owners. For assists, you still keep it. It's frustrating, but what else can you do? Terry Rozier, Devontae Graham continue to have huge minutes, 35 minutes each. Devontae Graham, 40% is good for him. 21 points, 3 assists, no steals. While Terry Rozier, another huge game. His steal rate has been gone. And look at this guy. He doesn't give you anything else. 2 assists, no rebounds. 24 points is nice on high efficiency, but if the efficiency is off, it doesn't give you anything. But it seems like the two guards, their minutes are pretty secure, right? I really do expect them to get 30 minutes or at least 30 minutes going forward, because LaMelo Ball hasn't been. I think it's a buy low opportunity for LaMelo Ball. If the owner is struggling, you never know, right? If the owner is struggling, he might just drop LaMelo Ball. Try to do a trade for him. Bismack Biyombo still playing high minutes, 26 minutes with the return of Cody Zeller. While PJ Washington, oh boy, he was putting up like 2 steals and 2 blocks, every game. Now with the return of Cody Zeller, he's taking a hit. I didn't really see this coming. I thought they're gonna play this guy at the center minutes. So this guy, obviously, I think it might be a good. He was also played pretty horribly, minus 21. So try to buy low on this guy. I would. Gordon Hayward is still very, very strong, 30 minutes. I would try to sell high on Gordon Hayward. If you can get a top 20 player, He is currently ranked 20. Trade him for James Harden. I doubt anybody's gonna do it. Trade him for Jason Tatum, right? Trade him for um, maybe a sell high versus sell high Malcolm Brogdon. I think he's gonna be better than Brogdon for the rest of the season. Trade him for Luka Doncic. Trade him for Christian Wood. I would even. I just don't know if he's gonna be this good, right? He's averaging 24 points, 5 rebounds, 3.6 assists. I think his assist number should be a bit higher, but I don't think he'll get 1.4 steals. And he's shooting 51% from the field. That is not going to continue. It's like Paul George. I don't think this guy is going to continue shooting 51.5% from the field. So he's going to fall off somewhat. But he should be like a top 30, top 35 player, in my opinion. And on the Orlando Magic side, Vucevic taking over 20 shots every single game. With all those guys getting injured, he's really a top 15 player, in my opinion. 12 rebounds, 7 assists, and a steal, 20 points, no problem. He can doing this for the rest of the season, as long as he can be healthy, right? Well, Evan Fournier still shooting the ball really well, 50%, 19 points, 6 assists, and 2 steals. Yeah, you must roster this guy, right? Cole Anthony had another great game. Who did they play? They played the Charlotte, so again, they kind of play the taco team. I don't really expect Cole Anthony to be this good, even though he had quite a few games. So, roster him, maybe sell high. I doubt anybody's gonna buy, but they didn't really play good teams in the past 2 games. If they play a team like Lakers, they would. Let's see what kind of stat they put up then. Aaron Gordon grabbed you 11 rebounds, 7 assists, 40% from the free throw line, but can't complain about the counting stats. And Terrence Ross struggled. You still roster him without the usage opening up with all the injuries. 1 for 8, but give you 3 steals and a block, right? You can't complain much, even though he only give you 6 points, 1-3. Let's go on to the next game, the Miami Heat and Nets. Oh boy, this game is Miami Heat. They were without their best player Jimmy Butler, and the game was somewhat close until the end. Duncan Robinson 1 for 10. Yeah, that's why he only give you 3s, and you can honestly drop him if you don't. You can stream him for points and 3s. Jimmy Butler is coming back soon, so don't be the, And Kelly Olynyk, yeah, you can drop him. He's too inconsistent. He had a few nice games, too inconsistent. And KD, yeah, this guy, I don't know who this guy is. And Bam, sell high on Bam. Sell Bam for I would sell him for Zach LaVine. Sell Bam for Jimmy Butler. Sell Bam for Christian Wood. Sell Bam for just all those guys, because Jimmy Butler, he's putting out huge numbers without Jimmy Butler. 26 points, 10 rebounds, and 5 assists, and crazy efficiency from the free throw line, right? So I would sell Bam. Goran Dragic, Jimmy Butler is coming back soon, so all those guys should take a hit. I would still try to hold on to Kendrick Nunn because he's been playing so well. He didn't obviously play well this game. I would still try to hold on to him. I think he's going to get some minutes. This Miami Heat team is really, really struggling at the moment, and I think they might play this guy over Avery Bradley. And yeah, and Tyler Hero is also out. So we'll see how things go, how the minutes going to be like when all those guys come back. On the Nets side, oh boy, it's interesting. KD took 21 shots. Kyrie took 17, which is around their season average. They're gonna take this many shots, and Harden took 10. So, and Harden scored 20 points in 10 shots, and it's not like he went to free throw line a lot. And KD, 20 just had a really bad game, but 13 rebounds, 5 assists, a steal, and 2 blocks is really nice. Just a bad game for KD. And Harden, I think it's a great buy low. Honestly, Harden just looked really passive since Kyrie came back. I think the Nets gonna figure it out. At the moment, Kyrie and KD, they are not, their usage, I don't think, dipped a bit, right? Harden is really deferring to those 2 guys, and once they figure things out, I still think Kyrie and KD gonna be strong. It's just Harden. I think Harden is gonna. I still expect him to average around 25 points. And I expect him to take still 17, 18 shots a game. He took 10 here. He also took 8 last game. So don't really know what's going on. But I expect Harden to be better, honestly. And if there's some impatient Harden owners out there, trade him for Zach LaVine, trade him for Joel Embiid. Like I would trade him for all those guys, right? Trade him for Gordon Hayward. If you can do it, trade him for Malcolm Brogdon. If Malcolm Brogdon continue to average 30 points in the next couple games with all the injuries, right? DeAndre Jordan, 20 minutes. While Reggie Perry played 13. The Nets like to go small to close off games, so people expect DeAndre to play 30 minutes. You know, they're not going to get that. So DeAndre Jordan is really a low-end guy. If he continues to play 20, 25 minutes, you can drop him. I think so. Just not enough value. He really give you a rebound and that's it. Joe Harris and Jeff Green, you can both string those guys for 3 points and some rebounds. That's about it. And the next team is the Lakers and the Cavaliers. Lakers. Sorry, my cat. Gonna feed my cat. Sorry, Lakers. They got the win. LeBron finally. He's just cruising through. Now he decides to play 46 points. I think it's a sell high. LeBron, he's 36 years old. He's not gonna do this every game. If you can trade LeBron for like all those first round guys, what is LeBron's ranking? Even after this game, he's 35 at the moment. So I would trade LeBron for any like I would trade him for Paul George. I would trade him for Steph Curry. Maybe not Michael Porter Jr. Michael Porter Jr.'s ranking is really high at the moment. I trade him for all those guys. I just don't know if anybody was gonna do the trade. If LeBron has a few nice games, I would trade him. Right? It's regular season. He's just cruising through. 8 points, just crazy. Really scary night for LeBron and Anthony. Oh, maybe because they played the Cavs. LeBron wants to put on a show. Right, Anthony Davis 36 points. His scoring is still, and he did not have a good free throw night. A good night from the free throw line again, and struggled shooting the basketball. But the 3 steals, 3 blocks, 10 rebounds, 4 assists, everything else is there. I would still try to buy low at AD. I still expect AD. I still expect AD to be a top 3 player, honestly. So try to sell for all those guys. And KCP, other than those 2 guys on the Lakers, nobody else is really worth rostering. I would definitely drop Dennis Schroeder. Definitely. Don't think you don't have to think twice. And Montrezl Harrell, because he gives you such good field goal, I would hold on to him if my team needs that. If not, I try to trade him or move him. And on the Cavaliers side, Colin Sexton struggled. 17.6 assists here. 6 assists is good to see. Still is good to see. But the efficiency is rough. They did play the Lakers though. Darius Garland played 25 minutes. He's still coming back from an injury. I expect him to be better, playing. To start playing better. So he's a good buy low, at the moment. Andre Drummond played 20 minutes, huge number, 25 and 17. The steals and blocks are not there, while Jared Allen played 28. So Larry Nance Jr. was out. I guess that's why they opened up minutes for both Andre Drummond and Jared Allen. But Andre Drummond, for sure, his value is taking a hit with Jared Allen coming in. So just if he plays bad, try to buy low on him. I still think he can put up huge numbers. And Jared Allen, what else can you do? You just have to hold. The upside is too high to drop. Right? This is a developing situation. We don't know what Cavs gonna do. They for sure gonna try to trade JaVale McGee, and then they got 4 big guys, right? So don't know what's gonna happen. Taurean Prince, 24 minutes. Cedi Osman, those 2 guys, you can stream them, but they're not gonna be inconsistent. While Isaac Okoro, he's not very good. I don't know, getting the huge minutes but not doing anything ever. And let's quickly go on to the next team. The next team is the Denver Nuggets and the Dallas Mavericks. Denver got the win. Yeah, it's Denver. Every game is tough. Jokic, 13 shots here, 10 rebounds, 4 assists, still strong numbers. But the key thing he took 13. He was taking 20 shots every single game, right? 4 assists here. Michael Porter Jr. went off. So it's weird, right? Jokic is by far the best player on the team, but as if not, if they have weapons, Jokic kind of defers. He really likes to do that. So only 13 shots, but I expect him to be top 3 player moving forward. No questions asked. 6 turnovers, but that's what you do when you have such high usage. Jamal Murray, only 25 minutes, weirdly. Yeah, Jamal Murray, I don't really like this guy in fantasy. He was he put out great performance in the bubble. But other than points, he doesn't really give you anything else. I wouldn't even buy low on him. I'm just not too interested. He doesn't really give you a lot of assists or steals even. While Michael Porter Jr. coming off the bench, I think coming off the bench might help him, right? Because starting you have to play with Jamal Murray and Jokic, so your usage may not be high. But in 27 minutes, he scored 30 points. He's a really efficient guy. Like his field goal percentage should be close to 50. He's just so talented offensively, honestly, and he's a 6'11", can get you blocks and steals. Good rebounder. I expect this guy to be a top 20 guy moving forward, honestly. So don't sell high on this guy, I think. And he doesn't really give you turnovers either. Really scary number, really scary game from him, honestly. And Will Barton and Paul Millsap, all those guys, Coach Malone gonna realize, other than Joker, Murray, and Michael Porter, nobody else is that good on this team this year, or probably washed, right? Will Barton and Paul Millsap, they're not the player. They are a year older, right? They're not the player. Look at the numbers. And Garrett Harris, yeah, they were never the same. So really, this team, those 3 guys need to carry the load seriously. And Jamal Murray is still hurt. Dallas Mavericks, but they got the way Mavericks. They lost again. Luka Doncic, oh my God, 4 steals. Yeah. So I guess he would just go on. Luka would have 2 weeks without a steal and then give you 4 steals and a block. If he can do that consistently, he's obviously a top 5 guy. 35 points, 16 assists, 11 rebounds, 10 for 10 from the free throw line. He's just too inconsistent from the free throw line. His defensive stats is really hit or miss. Everything, but overall, really scary game from Luka. Porzingis, 16 points. Yeah, didn't really have a great game. Still in the block. Still should be a top 20 player. Tim Hardaway Jr. took 18 shots, 7 rebounds, 19. So strong game from him. Willie Cauley-Stein, you can stream him, and once those guys come back, you can forget about him. While James Johnson had one of his great games in a while. 7 for 8, 16 points, still in the block. You can stream him still, I think, but he's really up and down. Jalen Brunson, 4 for 4, but nothing else really. And let's go to the next game, the Celtics and the Chicago Bulls. A lot of games. Jason Tatum came back, took 21 shots while Jaylen Brown took 21. Wow, that's really surprising. Oh, Kemba didn't play. So we just keep an eye on their usage. I expect Jaylen Brown to cool off somewhat. 26 points, 2 steals is nice. While Jason Tatum, I expect him to ramp up. This is the first game coming back. Played 31 minutes. He's still, he should be the best player in top 12 player in fantasy. Daniel Theis is playing really, really well. He's worth a look. Seriously, 20 minutes, 3 steals and 3 blocks. But it's very possible he just doesn't do anything the next game. But at the moment, he's by far the best big man on this team. Tristan Thompson, you only stream him for 10 rebounds. He give you 10, nothing else. While Robert Williams, 10 minutes here. Yeah, you can forget about him. But those 3 guys, their minutes are up and down, so it's hard to say. While Marcus Smart only played 25 minutes. I don't know why. Maybe it's a back-to-back. 13 points, 11 assists, 2 center bars. Strong game from Marcus. And on the Bulls side, did they got destroyed? Yeah, I think they got destroyed, so the minutes are pretty low. Zach LaVine is still 34 minutes, by far the best player. It should be a top 20, top 25 player moving forward. 30 points, 6 rebounds, but his efficiency is, I don't know if he can sustain this level of efficiency. I would still try to sell high on this guy, honestly. Kobe White really struggled hard. I would buy low on Kobe White. He hasn't had a good game in a while. He was a minus. Everybody played horribly. 5 points here, only 1 assist and 2 rebounds. He'll be better than this. While Lauri Markkanen 18 points, but he really give you 17, 18 points and 6, 7 rebounds. Nothing else really. This guy's game, it doesn't really fit fantasy that well, but the volume is there. And Thaddeus Young went off 31 minutes here, but this game is weird, right? He's not gonna have this. all the bench guys play huge minutes, right? Satoransky played 24, Denzel Washington played 25. I don't expect this minute distribution going forward. And Minnesota Timberwolves, they got destroyed again. Their best player right now is Malik Beasley, so he's a must roster guy. At this point I would try to trade high on him. His stat is he really just give you points and rebound just due to his high minutes. I would try to trade him for a top 50 player, who's maybe struggling. I would trade him for Kobe White. You know, I would trade him for. Let me see who else is struggling. Maybe I would trade him for guys like Oladipo. I would trade him for Marcus Smart. You know, no questions asked. I would trade him for Devontae Moore. I would trade him for even guys like Andrew Wiggins. You know, Cat and D'Lo were out this game. On most nights, he's not gonna get. You know, he's not gonna score 30 points. He's probably gonna score 17, 18. He's like a Bogdanovich, you know. But his role on this team is pretty secure, I would say. Rookie Rubio, 11 assists, nothing else. You can stream him while D'Lo was out, but when D'Lo comes back, he's not gonna have this high usage, right? 11 assists. And Naz Reid, only 24 minutes, struggle from the field. You still want to roster both him and Vanderbilt until Cat comes back. They're gonna be up and down. But Vanderbilt, look at the stocks, 2 steals and 2 blocks. Yeah, definitely. But he was a minus 24, so for sure stream those 2 guys with Cat out and see what happens with Cat. Once Cat comes back, those 2 guys are still worth a look, right? Josh Okogie, I don't know why this guy is still starting. And on the Golden State Warriors side, everybody went off, right? They play a bad team. You know, you play a bad team, you don't go off when Curry is good, 36 points. 3 assists and 3 steals. Good to see Kelly Oubre Jr. playing okay against a bad team. 3 steals and a block, 4 assists, 14 points. While Andrew Wiggins feasted on his former team, 23 points, 3 steals and 3 blocks. Maybe try to sell high on Wiggins. He's not gonna be this good, right? His rankings right now is 75. If you can't try to get a top 70 guy, I would try to trade him for Marcus Smart for sure. I would trade him for. Oh my God, Trae Young this year's ranking is so bad, 65. But I would trade it for all those guys. Try to trade for Trae Young. I don't know. Nobody's gonna do that trade though. Draymond Green. Wow, he scored 10 points. Good for Draymond. 6 rebounds, 4 assists, and a steal. And James Wiseman, Kevon Looney started. We'll see, right? He still give you 2 blocks, but if he's getting 15 minutes a night, you can for sure drop his ass. And let's look at the last game of the night. Speaking of long, the OKC versus Portland Trailblazers. OKC, they got the win. Crazy. Portland's, what's going on? Darius Bazley, he had a great game Sunday and then another great, quote unquote great game. Didn't really give you blocks, but 19 points, 7 rebounds, 2 assists. If you need rebound blocks and some threes, you can roster him. I still think because he's getting the minutes. It's just really up and down, but I think it's worth rostering for now. Isaiah Roby, 27 minutes. This guy, you can also just grab him until I see what happens once Al Horford comes back. He's getting the 27, 28 minutes. Efficient from the free throw line, 16 points. Worth a look. Lou Dort, not too interesting. Him, good defender, but not getting the defensive stats in fantasy. Shea, another great game, 1 steal and 2 blocks. Hopefully he can be a top 30, top 25 guy moving forward. Theo Maledon started with the absence. He's worth a look. With George Hill out, you can stream him, but with starting, he only played 21 minutes. And on the Portland Trailblazers side, what's his name? Robert Covington is not with the team. I don't know what's going on with the Lord this season. He's really close to drop territory. You do not drop him, but I wouldn't be surprised if he's outside of a 100 this season. He may just never turn around, right? His defensive upside is still there, but on this team, I just don't know. Maybe you can try to buy low. When I say buy low, like you do not try to trade like 100. Like you can try to trade a Bazley for Robert Covington, even though I think Bazley probably going to be better moving forward. But Roy just have a higher upside due to his high defensive stats, and he's not shooting the ball well at all. Like if he starts shooting well, he's gonna get more minutes, and he's gonna be playing better on defensive end, right? So just a lot of usage opening up on this Trailblazers team. I think Gary Trent Jr. is worth a look, right? If the volume is gonna be there, he's gonna score points and threes, maybe some defensive stats, but nothing else. And Damian Lillard obviously should be a top 5 guy with all the injuries. 26 points here, only 22 shots. I expect him to be like Bradley Beal, take 30 shots, 10 assists, no steals. But the intent should be scary. And any scandal, it will be this is a good sell high moment. I think maybe wait for a week or two, because Nurkic is gonna be out for the next 2-3 months, maybe till the fantasy playoffs. But he's a top 50 guy, like pretty comfortably without Nurkic. If he gets 30 minutes, he's a top 50 guy. So congrats, if you grab him off the waiver wire off the Nurkic injury, or you had this guy all season. Like this guy is gonna be a beast, top 50 guy comfortably. Really, really, and 2 steals here, three assists. Everybody is out, so him and Damian Lillard, they're gonna, and Melo too. Melo is also worth a look. You can stream him, right? 35 minutes, took 21 shots. The volume is there, gonna give you points and rebounds. Nothing else, but the volume is there. Darren Newsman, you can stream him for defensive stats. That's it for all the games. See you guys tomorrow.